so much. I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so much.
Hello, all you positive heads out there. Thanks for tuning your beautiful brainwaves into another episode of the Positive Head Podcast, where we are firmly convinced that creating success and happiness is rooted in understanding the ultimate nature of reality and the fact that as human beings, we are all immensely powerful fractals of the one and only source consciousness, which creates and animates all things. Now, of course, understanding this powerful truth is one thing. Applying this incredibly empowering wisdom to everyday life, well, that's another. Which is exactly why we provide you with a fresh serving of soul food for thought 5 days a week to help constantly remind you of what matters most. You are it. And I'm your host, Brandon Beecham. I'm the reflection and extension of you who will be here each Wednesday interviewing a different consciousness changemaker. And on the other 4 weekdays, leading the way to ensure that your perspective is consistently expanded, your vibration is constantly elevated, and your heart is overflowing and full. Also, this episode of the Positive Head Podcast is being brought to you thanks to the support of Gaia. If you're not familiar, Gaia is the go-to source for streaming consciousness content online, and you can sign up for your first month for only 99 cents at gaia.com/positivehead. That's spelled GAIA.com/positivehead. Check it out. All right, all you positive heads, welcome back to another episode. So happy to be with you guys as always. And today I am surrounded by a lot of lovely ladies. I actually have Colby Psychic Rebel here to help steer the ship yet again. Hello, Colby. How are you?
Oh, hey, Brandon. I'm wonderful. How are you doing?
I am excellent. There's about 4 lovely ladies and me on this call. So this is quite unique and different than what I'm used to. So if you guys all want to be regulars.
Surrounded by beautiful women.
I know, huh? It certainly beats my little yoga picture, or Yoda's yoga. My Yoda picture that's sitting right next to me. He's normally my only compadre. I have a stand-up cutout of Yoda that sits right next to me as I talk. So this is much better. You guys are a lot better looking, turns out. Although Yoda might have you beat in the wisdom category. So Colby, how have you been? You've been traveling a whole bunch, huh?
Yeah, I've been really great, though. Thank you. Yeah, traveling. I was in Florida and I was in Tulsa, just serving spirit, and had an amazing time. I mean, the messages that came through were so unbelievable. I really had a great time, and it feels good to be back home here in LA, that's for sure.
Well, excellent. I'm glad that you're back, and I know the 3 ladies who are on the call as well. You're gracious enough to do mini readings, which we've been doing now. For maybe 2 or 3 months in a row, and
it's so fun.
Everyone's been loving it. So thank you for coming back on. And before we get into those readings, you and I talked a little bit before we started recording about something that seems to be going on. And what's really interesting, and you guys as listeners know, you constantly see synchronicity with what's going on in my life, which is reflected in other people's lives. It's like mirrors everywhere we go. And I was having a conversation last night with my son, and honestly getting a little bit agitated about his sort of, his energy of, oh yeah, I feel like I've seen and done it all. And of course he's a teenager. So yet he's like this old soul. So there's almost like an apathy, or at times all his friends have went off to college and feeling like a little isolated and not, not as exuberant and excited about things as I get. And so that kind of gets to me a little. As a parent, you don't really want to see your child like, yeah, what's kind of the point of all this, whatever. And then I feel a little isolated. And then you brought up that same topic, and there was someone posting about that topic this morning in the group. So it's interesting how I constantly see the same theme popping up. And so I'd love to get your feedback on that, your perspective on why that seems to be so prevalent, and really prevalent in our group, the Positive Heads Facebook group, where you had noticed seeing things like that posted.
Well, I definitely think because of the openness and the non-judgment that is created in the positive heads, I really think that's what encourages people to be raw, honest, and vulnerable in their post. So I think that's why we're kind of seeing it there. But it's really
Right.
happening because people are really tapping into their own sensitivity. They're really starting to tap into their own higher self. Now, along with that comes self-growth, inner reflection, connecting to spirit. And it can actually make us feel lonely, you know? And so
Right.
it's through that loneliness and that solitude that we start to wonder, what's the point? Or do I have anyone? Or what's all these voices inside my head? It's like,
Right.
it can
Right. I
make
saw
us
that.
feel a little crazy. It can make us feel a little crazy. But I actually think, and that's part of society where, just people that have heard voices inside of their head are institutionalized, right? Whereas
Right.
I actually feel that having voices inside your head is the way it should be. It's very natural. It means we're opening up both sides of ourselves, both sides of our brain to allow all the connection in.
Right. Right. Yeah, I think that's such an important point as people open up spiritually, as they open their hearts, as they open their minds. You're getting people who are empathic, who are dealing with energies that they're not used to. I mean, I constantly have people reaching out to me saying, oh my gosh, I've had this experience. I don't know what to make of it. And it sort of rocks your world, as far as what's the norm and what's normal. And so I think people who are where a lot of us are in this group, it's kind of like there's not a handbook out there for this. They're not going to learn about this in school or high school or college or at work. So I think it creates some confusion sometimes, and at times apathy and isolation are sort of part of, kind of a rite of passage in a sense. It's part of what, people go through on this path. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. And I just feel that when people do go through it, the most important part is it's okay if you need some alone time, but just try not to get so remote and so closed down that you're not connecting with other people. Just because, we don't want it to develop into something more serious that it doesn't need to,
Right.
And I think when people connect and push through it and really, rather than shutting things down, really start expanding their gifts, really focusing on it. That doesn't mean everybody needs to do it for a living like I do, but just being able to tap into it, they'll see that it opens up. And trust me when I say it makes you feel less crazy when you actually develop your gifts. I feel less crazy now than I did before I understood what was happening.
Right. That's an interesting point, and a good point, because I think it's something that we're only going to see more and more of as we sort of continue down this path, that humanity's on, of more and more people sort of coming online and waking up to, what I call the ultimate nature of reality, having experiences that don't really fit with what is considered normal in everyday society. So, that's a good thing to know. So you guys out there aren't alone that are experiencing some of these things. And, it's just wonderful that we have a group like we do to kind of get together and support each other.
And to connect. And I think a lot of people, one of the things that they can do is, some people, because of their work environment's a little crazy or their family life is a little crazy. We call it energy vampires, right? They're around energy vampires. People who make them feel depleted, people who feel tired after being around them, all that stuff, all that drama. So what happens is it drains, some of the listeners here. So what they do is they start to shut down. Well, I think they can actually learn a tool called the protection box, where it's basically imagining kind of this clear telephone booth around you. And all of your power and all of your energy can go out, but the other people's energy can't come in. And that will actually give you some peace and solitude without needing to shut yourself down. People don't need to diminish their own power. They just need to have boundaries with other people's energy.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a great piece of advice.
So it could be like with your son, you know, that he's feeling tired and exhausted from everybody. Like, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? Because he's feeling like
he's very sensitive and very empathic.
Yeah. So instead of, you know, so he's just feeling the negativity, but more of other people, the tiredness and that energy vampire feeling, but more from other people.
Right. Well, awesome. That's a great perspective, and thanks for sharing. And I suppose at this point we've got these ladies who are ready for some Colby wisdom, some insight pulled down from the ethers. So why don't we go ahead and get started with that? I have the lovely Julianne here who is going to go first. Julianne, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hi, Julianne. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Are you excited?
I am very excited and kind of terrified.
Okay. Well, good. Terrified is good. You know, it is just really your vibration matching that of spirit, knowing that they're connecting with you, you know?
Yeah.
So try not to be nervous. And are you open to knowing everything?
Yes, of course.
Okay, great. So, you know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start connecting into what I'm going to start doing is connecting into what's going on in your life, okay? Because I do get this feeling like we've really just hit a big dead end. So I keep getting this feeling like what you've been doing is definitely the end of it, no longer, you know? And I feel like you're starting to look at how to do something different. Also, like even what you're going to be doing is different. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely.
Okay. And it's almost like this dead end. Literally, I saw a big brick wall, which means it was a quick dead end. And it means almost like you're getting to the point where you're not having much notice as to what's happening. Okay. And it's also giving me that sense of where, also, I'm wondering if there's an end of a relationship as well. Is that also connected somehow?
Maybe not exactly a relationship, but I took a new career path. I don't know if that could be.
Yeah, it definitely was the career for the dead end, but I'm also feeling like trouble in a relationship. So are you currently in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm seeing trouble. No.
Awesome.
No, let's dive into it to figure out what's happening, okay? Would you understand in this relationship of trying to start to sort some things out with this partner, trying to say, all right, where are we going with this, and what is our next step in this?
Yes.
Okay. And then do you also understand the feeling of, oh, I'm not sure if they get me, I'm not sure if they get me, like just I think that's part of your own fear, but does that also make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I know. Don't you hate? I know, but you had to know we were going to talk about everything.
I know.
All right. I do get the feeling, you know, with this, if you want to, there is no absolutely this isn't going to work out, right? But there has to be this feeling where some of this is your own fear that you're putting into this relationship. It's almost like you're getting to the point where you're really afraid of, well, if they really see who I am, are they really going to want to be in it? So some of your defenses are starting to go up within this relationship, okay? What I want to tell you to do is just start to relax around it. Start to relax in this relationship. It doesn't give me the feeling that this person isn't going to want to be around you. It's just more about you putting up the blocks, trying to push them out, more in that way.
Yeah. I literally just said those words like 3 days ago. We got into this big old fight, my fiance and I literally told him it's getting to the point where I feel like I can't hold up the charades anymore. And like, I'm afraid that if my true self comes out, he's not going to like me anymore. So that's pretty wild that you said that.
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy, right? It's really, really fun. And I do get this feeling where, you know, this is going to be okay. It's just that the two of you got to just try to relax and work on it and give it a chance. Really give it a chance.
All right. Well, I'm all for it. It's me working through my insecurities.
Yeah, it is, It is, but you're going there. And this new career, I know there's a lot of scary things happening. You've got this new, you just, you know what it is? A lot of this is coming down to you trusting you. And I think that that's where it is. You're just afraid. You're like, I did this career thing. Now I'm not sure about this relationship. You're only afraid of trusting yourself. And I want you, so, look at what you're doing in that regard and just say, take a breath through it. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay not to know the next step. But, trusting your higher self. Trust that your guides are there and they have your back.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like I'm going to cry right now, but yes, I know you're right.
Crying is good. Crying is good. It shows that you're raising your vibration. It shows that there's some healing going on. So just that's actually a good thing. It's you're allowing yourself to purge in the moment. So that's good. We want to keep purging those feelings, because as we purge them and we purge through that fear and we purge through that trust issues and we purge through our own stuff, it actually will help us raise our vibration. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Lots of love.
You too. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
You're
Julianne.
welcome.
Thanks, Brandon.
All right. You
sounded like a backhanded thanks, Brandon, right?
No, I love Brandon. Don't worry, I love Brandon.
Julianne's. I actually know Julianne off the podcast as well. So we met through the podcast, but she lives very close, and so we know each other in real life. So there's some of that. Awesome. I know you. I actually know you.
That's
so.
Awesome.
All right, Julianne. Well, thank you so much. All right. So next up, we have from Australia, all the way from Sydney, the lovely Coachine. Hello, Coachine.
Hello. How are you?
Excellent. How are you?
How do you pronounce your name again?
Coachine.
Coachine. All right.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. How are you, honey?
I'm good. I'm really good. It's 3 a.m. here and I'm buzzing. I feel like I could tap dance on my balcony right now.
Wow, very excited. All right. Well then how about we give you a little reading? Does that sound like fun to you?
Sounds delicious.
Okay, good. What I am let's see, I kind of want to go, Coachine, I'm going to start with a move for you. I just keep feeling like you may not be staying where you're staying. I feel like there's a move. I wouldn't even be surprised if you come to the United States. So, but I feel like you're coming here, and I feel like you're coming here for work. So, have you thought about that ever?
Yes, daily.
Good. Well, good. Daily's a good thing. Now, I am going to ask too. Are you in the entertainment business at all, or have a desire to do something creative like that?
Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm an actress. So
perfect. Well, good. That's really good because that aligns with your soul. Okay. But I do feel like for some reason it's about you coming here to do it. Okay. And I get the feeling that this is definitely within the next year that this opens up for you. All right.
Oh my gosh.
What I would do is really start to plan that, really start to kind of save that money, really put that out there. And what I would do is really just embrace that feels like it's the next step. I do feel like your parents are going to be nervous, but I do think you're going to be okay. And I don't know why they keep talking about school for you. Are your parents trying to get you to go to school or back to school, or is there a school connection for you?
No, I mean, I'm consistently studying. I do a lot of acting classes in between work and even during, just to, make sure I'm brushing up on skills.
Okay, when you come here, there's going to be something around school for you. You're going to see a school, like a place to get back into study. So although you'll be working here and doing the acting, I actually feel like you're going to be doing some training here as well. I do feel like I do see you getting an agent here. I see the manager. Like, I really feel like you're going to be able to make this happen here.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's going to take some tenacity, but you've got that. So it does feel really good. It's like you're a firecracker. You're not going to let them tell you no, which is really, really good. I will just want to you're super sensitive, Coachine, like very, very sensitive. So you can cry at the drop of a dime. You can be a baby, which is a good thing. All right. That's a really good thing. What I want to share with you is when you feel lonely here or setbacks, I want you to really pull through that. Okay. Because it's natural feeling, but because you're so sensitive, you may take it personally. And I just don't want you to take it personally.
Yeah,
right.
I understand that.
And I do feel like now this may not be good if you have a partner in Australia. You're in Australia, is that what we said?
Yes.
Yeah, you may. I don't know how to. Can I say anything? Are you open to anything?
Yeah, of course. Go for it.
I don't know if you're seeing someone now, but I can tell you that there's someone new in LA.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I feel like you meet someone in LA. Is there someone you're kind of seeing where you are?
Yeah. I'm in a relationship.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Well, do you plan on bringing that person with you?
It would be amazing if he could. I haven't really thought about how that would work, though, to be honest. I think I'm just very career hungry at the moment, so...
Yeah, I feel like there's a sense where you may be coming alone. And I feel like a sense where it takes you to the new levels. And I feel like a sense where it's where you start to really find yourself. And you become very empowered in what you're doing.
I see. And would the partner, would he be able to come and be a part of that? Or it's just not, you're not able to see that?
He is... I don't know if he's going to be able to come. I'm not sure if it's something where he wants to uproot his whole life and what he's building to make it happen. So that would be just the only thing around it. If he comes, it feels like it would be after you.
Okay, yeah.
Like it feels like you would do it first, and then he'd be like, okay, I can't do it without you.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's so funny you went straight to career because that's exactly, I was just so hoping that would come up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it is. It came up right away. So,
and I've been in such turmoil about whether I stay in Sydney and can keep continuing what I'm doing or whether I do try and pursue more LA based. Gosh, you're so spot on.
Yeah. Oh, that is so good. I love it. I think it's fun. I think you're on your right path. I think it's going to be good for you. So, I think it's going to, I think people are going to recognize you.
Oh, I'm thrilled. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you enjoy it because you're doing really well. You're going to make this happen for yourself. Just, if anything, Coachine, I agree with you that the career should be on the forefront.
Yes, cool. Yeah, definitely. I think it's played second for a little bit too long, maybe. Yes.
So, I also think for you, I just don't. It's not that I don't want you to be in love and have a family and do all that, but I really feel like if you put that first, it's gonna really take a toll on where you're going career-wise because you're just gonna get busy.
Yeah. True that.
Okay.
Thank you so much. This has been amazing.
The honest truth, and I'm just like, well, here's how it is.
Yeah. No, I love it. I couldn't ask for more. Thank you so very much, both of you.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Amazing.
It's so amazing. Colby, the funny thing is usually it's just random listeners. In this case, Julianne is a good friend of mine, and Coachine is as well. We met in Australia years ago, and she's been listening ever since. And we've stayed in touch and even seen each other when she's come to visit to the States. And we literally just had a conversation before we got on this call. Her and I were talking this morning before all of us got on, and it was this conversation about coming to LA for acting. Am I going to break down because I'm so sensitive and cry? Am I going to cry on this interview because I'm so sensitive? And I mean, literally everything you talked about is everything we just talked about before you were in the call.
It's crazy.
Wow. That is so awesome, right?
Thank you so very much for your time.
Oh, you are so welcome and good luck. And I can't wait to meet you in person out here.
Cheers. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
All right. That was amazing, Colby. So you couldn't have been spot on with both. I mean, I know them both really well. So both of them is like spot on. So let's see. Now, Andrea is on the call, who I just had the pleasure of meeting. And I have no doubt you will have some wonderful wisdom for her as well. Andrea, hello. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Hi, Andrea. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Are you excited for your session?
I am.
Okay. Good. Have you ever had a reading before?
I have. Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. Well, you want to know everything. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. All right. A couple of things that I'm getting is a bit of struggle around balance. Like, I just feel like you're burning the candle both ends at the moment. Just feeling a little drained. You know what I mean? Feeling like I'm trying to manifest these things and I'm not real sure how to hold it all together. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I also get this feeling, and just give me a strong yes or no. There's a frustration around work. Like I feel frustrated. Does that make sense?
No.
You're not. It just makes me feel like you're really like stuck at a certain point, and you're just like, I am so ready for this next step. I'm so ready to kind of get there, and I'm frustrated like I'm not there already. No.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. What I keep feeling like is like you're just breaking through a ceiling. Okay. I just feel like what it is you're tapping at the ceiling, and I think you're doing everything you can do. What it is, well, there's two things, but what it is what I want you to do is give one big push in the career, like push really hard so that you can break the ceiling a bit. It's like, I think you're breaking through a belief system. And so that's what's sticking you, is like this belief system that you've built around it. Okay. So if you can break through that will really help. Okay. There's also this feeling where I think you do a really great job, again, holding everything together. But there's got to be more peace, more downtime just for you. Like, I just don't feel like you get a lot of downtime. Is that right? Like, I feel like you don't ever really have quiet time?
Not during the season, no.
Okay. I just get this feeling for you that if you can get this little bit of rest for yourself so that you're not wearing yourself thin, and then push through the career thing, like just say, all right, I'm not going to hold myself back. I'm going to go for the bigger projects, the big things. I actually feel like you're going to get them. And it's going to be huge. It's going to feel like it's a real big breakthrough for you. I'm not getting your career. So do you mind just sharing that with me?
I've been in the hospitality industry since I was 14, so about 25 years. And actually, I'm breaking through that ceiling.
Okay.
I'm starting my own company right now.
Yeah, I was just going to tell you that. It was time to kind of, take that leap and get through that.
Yes. I have my first gig catering on Saturday out in LA, and I live in Arizona. So
yeah, this is good. I really feel like this is going to really boom for you, But in the meantime, you gotta just do the rest that you need. I know you're saying it's busy, but it's really, really important because it will help you keep the clarity and the focus to help keep bringing in the clients. But this event in LA is going to go phenomenally well. And then there's two more events you're going to get from this event. So
nice.
It's really big. This doesn't even feel like a small thing that you're doing. It feels like a pretty big thing. So I get the feeling that you're going to start doing like bigger, more like red carpet events, big events, big corporate events, things like that. I don't really get the feeling you're going to do small stuff.
No, I'm starting weddings.
Yeah, and I do get the feeling where you're going to start not just working in Arizona or LA. You're going to really work multi-state.
Perfect.
Actually, there's, I bet you in the next, let me give it a year. I think in the next year, my timing can be off, but we'll play with it. I have this really weird feeling you're going to be asked to do go to Europe for a wedding.
Oh, nice.
Or organize a wedding that's in Europe somehow.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be fun? Can I go?
Yes, of course you can.
I want to go. But I actually feel like this is going to catapult you, but really enjoy what you're doing as you're doing it. I know you really like it, but sometimes I don't know why. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know why the tired thing keeps coming up, right? So just get your blood work done. I'm not a doctor and I'm not diagnosing, right? But maybe there's just some vitamins that are low. Maybe you need some magnesium. I'm not sure. But, usually when I'm tuning in and I can feel that, it's usually pretty right on. So, just get that stuff because you want the most energy you can getting ready to tackle these things. I know there's just so many, for you, what does they say, hands in the fire? But for you, that's actually kind of funny, right? But I just feel like this is it for you. And I feel like don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of all the responsibility that you're taking on.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
You got this.
Yeah, I know I do, but it is scary at the same time.
Yeah, it is. It is very, very, it is scary, but you're going to be great.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, any questions?
No. Unless you see anything within family.
No, I just feel like, well, right now we've got this career thing happening, Right now there is a feeling of reconnecting with family, actually. So it's more of reconnecting with family, spending time with family, right? So this is very difficult as you're building your business. And I know this is where you're trying to make everybody happy, but just keep, don't be afraid to let go of an afternoon of work to spend it with the kids, so to speak,
Right. Understand that.
Yeah. I think because, those giggles and laughter, they're only around for such a short time.
They're priceless.
Yes. Yeah. So allow yourself to do that. And also, I would, if you can, when you come to LA, are you bringing the kids?
No, they'll be here with my mom and dad and my daughter.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe as you build and grow, you'll be able to bring them in. Do like a Disney thing or make it more of a fun thing too. You know what I mean? A little incorporating both. But I feel like
my sister lives out there. And
she does? I love it.
It's birthday on the day I arrive, which is
perfect.
Yeah,
yeah. There you go. I kept seeing Disney, so that makes sense. Well,
and she and her husband used to work for Disney.
Oh my God, that is so funny. Well, there you go. I think that this is going to be a great path for you. It feels like where you're supposed to be. And I feel like you're really, really going to enjoy it. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You are welcome. You are welcome.
All right. Well, that was amazing, Andrea. I hope that helps. And as always, Colby, you never cease to amaze. I absolutely love having you on and, getting to see you shed some light for everyone. It's just, it's such an amazing thing. And of course, something that you always iterate too, that we all have the ability to kind of tap into our intuition. And for those of you who haven't heard Colby on before, you can go back and search the archives. And she actually did a great little tutorial, I guess if you will, last time on using the compass technique to help kind of use your own inner guidance when you're making decisions. And also, you've been gracious enough to offer a discount to anyone who wants to get a reading directly from you. You want to explain where they could do that and how they could do that, Colby?
Yeah, just, first of all, I love that the listeners, you really do have the best listeners. They're so open and loving. And, Brandon, you have built this community where people feel safe in it. And that is unbelievable. The fact that they're expanding on their own spirituality, on their higher self, they're using their own tools to tap into intuition, make decisions, going for those big entrepreneurial moves. And the fact that you're creating this absolute safe haven for them is so commendable. So I just, I want to thank you for doing that, because it is changing lives by the minute.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, and for any of the P heads, I did a code 10P head. They go to my website, psychicrebel.com. There's a book session. So when you book that session, it will ask you for the code, and just tell them 10P head, all capital. And that's going to give them a 10% off. And that's just because you're awesome.
Oh, thank you so much for that. That is really, really kind of you to offer that to everyone. And I know there's been quite a few who've taken advantage of that, in the past.
Oh, yeah.
And so I strongly encourage it, you guys. I mean, I've seen firsthand now many, many times. I mean, even with my own child about a year ago, we were trying to make a huge decision in his life and couldn't have been more spot on with the advice and insight that, you shared, Colby. And then it's just so funny watching it with Coachine. It's like literally, it's almost like you repeated everything we talked about prior to actually setting everyone up on a call together. So it was just like so awesome.
I love it. And don't forget to tell everyone you're going to be on my show October 12th.
Ah, that's right. Absolutely. Thanks for reminding me. October 12th at 5 p.m., correct?
Yes. Pacific time, and oh man,
and that's live.
That is live. They get to see you. We're gonna have
my gosh.
We're gonna have the most amazing time, and I'm really looking forward to that.
I am too. How do people tune in?
Well, what they can do is if I have ubnradio.com. So I'll send you a link maybe if you want to post it, but it's ubnradio.com, or they can follow my Facebook page, the Colby Rebel, the professional page. It's right there, and it will live stream. It will live stream Thursday at 5 p.m. and people can watch it. But the show is called Live with Colby Rebel, and that's how they can find it. But people are going to love it. I think it's very exciting. The other thing too is, if anybody is in the LA area, this Saturday, I'm doing this amazing thing. I'm going to do messages from the spirit world. And I have a partner who's an international sound healer. So he's using bowls to create healing. So if anybody just is looking for a connection to spirit, looking for a healing, they can look on my website. That is this Saturday. And then the next thing is next Tuesday, the 10th, I have one of the most famous, legendary mediums of all time. She's coming into my space in LA. And we're not doing readings, but we're doing a night of inspiration where she connects to source, where she connects to power, and really helps people on their journey. It is so powerful. And again, they can find that on my website. So I think
now, are those live events, the Saturday and Tuesday, or are they
in LA? And
okay,
so
gotcha.
If someone wants to come to the space and they're near LA in Orange County and want to drive up, I highly encourage them, because these two people are from out of town. They don't come through. It's very rare that they're here. Mavis is an elderly lady, so the fact that we still have her doing everything with us is such a blessing.
Wonderful. Well, I might even try and make it for one of those.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Very, very cool. Well, Colby, as always, this has been such an honor and pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on yet again, and I look forward to next time.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Brandon. And, everybody, have a great day. And I can't wait to come back, Brandon.
Yeah. And you guys be sure and go, take advantage. If you've been wanting a reading and you've always been skeptical about who to do it through and, is this person legitimate? Do they really have an ability, or are they trying to scam me out of money? I think you can see firsthand that Colby is the real deal. So if you've ever been thinking of getting a reading and, you just didn't have a connection to someone who's super legitimate, you do now. So you have no more excuse, and be sure to use the discount code 10, so 10PHEAD, PHEAD, and you'll get that discount and get your chance to talk to Colby as well.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you guys for listening. Until next time, journey well. Love you all. Also, if you're craving more consciousness elevating content, be sure to check out Gaia, which is my personal go-to source for streaming consciousness content on the web, where you can stream an incredible 7,000 plus exclusive videos covering 5,000 years of wisdom. As you all hear me constantly say, it's a daily conscious effort to maintain an elevated vibration. And if you're looking to journey deep down the rabbit hole to do so, then Gaia is the best place I know of to do it, period. And you can sign up for your first month for only 99 cents at gaia.com/positivehead. That's spelled GAIA.com/positivehead. Check it out.